estate agent told me to stop saying, "Bad things happen to us on vacation." Our family of 4 had suffered a series of unfortunate events on 3 back-to-back getaways. The first was the teenage deer that we crashed into on our way home from Al Capone's Northwoods hideout. Aside from the deer and my husband's scorched arms from the deployed airbags, no one was seriously injured. We drove the 7 hours home with a shattered windshield and duct tape harnessing the airbag back into the steering wheel. Our next trip was to Puerto Morelos, which is now part of the Riviera Maya. It was a mellow week spent in a sleeping fishing town. All great, until we made a rookie traveling mistake. We stopped for a bite on our way out to the airport and asked if we could get in and out quickly so we could make our flight. And while we ate our quesadillas, our waiter vanished and never returned. This is because he was breaking into our rental car and stealing our luggage. We saw him screeching away in his getaway Fiat, and we made haste to Cancun on a dark highway in a car filled with broken glass and no bags to check. The last in the series was Father's Day, Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin. We were at some kind of a festival celebrating beer in a beautiful old park with a playground. Our eldest daughter, then 5, ran ahead and scaled a vintage 2-story monkey bar dome. I sprinted after, carrying my 2-year-old, only to get to her in time to hear the words, "I can't hold on." And she lost her grip, fell past me to the ground, and landed on her face. Nothing says Father's Day like the emergency room. But she was fine, just a lot of blood and a touch-and-go month of whether or not all her teeth were going to fall out. So my adventure spirit was bruised, but that was 13 years ago, and I'm guessing that I had better shocks because it was then that we decided to take our first family camping trip. Pat and I loved to camp. We had a wedding registry for gear at Uncle Dan's. My friend Mary calls those days before children sexy camping. But now we had some live cargo, and I think I had a mild form of PTSD. We were going to do the circle tour, driving our station wagon up through Wisconsin, over the top of the lake, and then back down Michigan. So our first stop was the UP. Pat had booked a site on Leg Lake. Only 2 campsites on the entire lake. So as we left the main highway and drove 5 miles on gravel, I was pushing back an anxiety attack. And then we turned onto a muddy 2-track road for 2 miles. That took us to Leg Lake. There we were. Remote, beautiful, no cell phone reception, isolated. While we set up our tents, the girls wanted to go in the water, and I said, "Only up to your shins." Well, within 5 minutes, they were out shrieking, for a drought that summer had driven many snakes north, and a sinister black snake came swimming out of the reeds anytime we neared the water's edge, so scratch swimming. We set up 2 tents, and my husband said, "This will be ours, and this one is for the girls, ages 3 and 6. That night, while we watched the snowstorm of flying insects through the tent screen and listened to the cries of an animal being eaten by another animal, I said, "This is the family tent, and that is the privacy tent." So, yep, 4 days, highs and lows. Highs, 4 days of being together off the grid, a Northern Pike dinner that you would die for, and pounds of M&Ms eaten during our nightly Uno games. Lows, a fierce storm that collapsed the family tent in the middle of the night and soaked everything. And oh yeah, my PTSD, OCD disorder. I'll admit it, because I was bruised and waiting for something bad to happen, I did become a bit crazy. I kept reorganizing the camp. At one point, Pat said, "Camping is great for control freaks because they can pack and unpack and pack and unpack." So, breaking down the camp is always a good test for relationships, and by the time we tethered everything to the jam-packed wagon, we didn't like each other very much. It was then that my husband started doing the something's missing half down.
Oh no.
What? I said. He said, I'm sure my wallet's somewhere. We scoured the site to no avail and then started to drive towards Mackinac. The next hour was excruciatingly quiet. The sky was heavy, the radio was off. I was crazy obsessed about the wallet and radiating blame. Dad said, we could just drive home. The girls said nothing. And I said, we could. We could just drive home. Staring out the window at the gray clouds, I barely noticed a hulking animal in a field. Seconds after we passed it, I asked, was that just an elephant? Dad looked at me and slowed down enough to make a U-turn on the highway. Yes, it was in fact an elephant on my mother's grave in the UP with a pony. And they were in a makeshift pen with a trailer behind it. We all got out of the car and started walking toward the elephant when the trailer door swung open and a little person stepped out. I swear to God. This was the only other human the girls had seen in 5 days, and from a distance they thought it was another kid, so they took off running. Then I saw the halt in their dash when the recognition hit at them that it was not a child. They froze, and we all held hands and walked up together. In fact, it was a small woman, about 3 feet tall, with dark sunglasses, Mardi Gras beads, and a couple of long teeth. And she said to us, elephant rides, $5, pony rides, $2, come back tonight. And I asked, where do you come from? And she said, Mars. I asked if I might take a photo. In it, the girls' teeth were like... So when I thought to tell this story, I had to find the photo to believe that this really happened. I made the image into bookmarks for y'all. You're all welcome. So we walked back to the car, big-eyed and laughing. We did not go back that night, but instead went on to have a tremendous time in St. Ignace and Sleeping Bear Dunes and completed the circle tour. Because the family vacation is too big to fail. However, sometimes you may need an elephant to remind you.